And as you heard Adelisa report, 5 of the people shot are teenagers, another one just 12 years old. So investigative reporter Berkeley Breen set out to learn how that gun violence impacts not only them, but also those who love them. Berkeley is live on East Broad Street, where some were shot. Now, Burke, those wounds have long-lasting impacts, don't they? And not all of those wounds are physical.
That's right, Deanna. And in more and more cases, we find where people are shot, but they survive. We're starting to see police write that they have life-altering injuries. And the research shows that teenagers who are hit with bullets are more likely to fire bullets when they get older. What does it do to our psyche, though?
Puts us in a state of fear.
Justin Morris created Untrapped Ministries.
This too shall pass.
He just finished a bike ride on the canal to Albany to bring attention to gun violence. We got more than half a dozen young people who were shot here. What does that do to a young person?
It puts them on offense. It creates a environment where young people feel they have to carry guns. Their lingo now, where we used to say stay safe, they don't say stay safe in their greetings anymore. They say stay dangerous.
When you hear them say that, how do you respond to them?
I think that's their reality.
In the last 5 years, the number of people 19 and under shot in our city is 290.
Questions, why don't we start with Burke and we'll go this way.
I count 7 shooting victims who were teenagers. In your experience as a police officer, what does that do to their life?
A gunshot wound is a life-changing injury. I mean, even if you recover physically, there's mental repercussions.
I would also add that there are studies that show that individuals who suffer that kind of violence in that kind of environment do become more prone to engaging in that kind of violent behavior in the future. That was the district attorney talking to you there. Here's one of these studies. It's called Every Town for Gun Safety. It says 60 children on average are shot in this country every single day. And then it says if a teenager is shot, they're more likely to abuse drugs and alcohol, suffer from depression, or resort to violent behavior. Deanna?
Well, certainly we know it has been it was a violent night, but we do know that despite what was happening and what happened this weekend, we're seeing historic drops in gun violence, right?
We are. As a matter of fact, we can show you an example. So we'll just pass the dry erase board that's trying to survive the rain here, but here's an example. So up to this time in 2016, we had 103 shootings in Rochester. In 2024, it was 106. Last year was 85. This year, we're down to 58, and there has not been a single murder in the city this year caused by a gun. Not one.
My goodness. Well, we see quite the contradiction in what happened there and what we're actually seeing as far as a drop in gun violence. Thank you so much, Burke. Now, the mayor always says one murder is one too many, but there have only been 5 in Rochester this year. That's almost as many as we've had in the